Hi friends, this is Mrs. P and look at Junie B. Jones. I know how we all love her. So I'm going to show you this really cool thing. Look, right inside this book, remember how she always talks about her classmates? Well, here's her teacher, Mr. Scary. There's Junie B. There's Tattletale May, Herb, Lenny, Jose, Sheldon, Shirley, Lucille, isn't that one of her best friends? Roger, Camille, Chenille. Is there any more? Seems like she has another couple of friends. Anyway, Junie B. Jones, Boss of Lunch by Barbara Park. This is like a kind of a early chapter book. Barbara Park wrote all these books about Junie B. And it was just a little character she had in her head. And this is fiction. Fiction, and then the first 3 letters of her last name. So I'm only going to read you the first chapter, and then we'll come back to it later, but we don't have that much. So here's Junie B. She's walking to school. Chapter 1. Whoops, not normal. Thursday. Dear First Grade Journal, hooray, hooray, it came, it finally came. Yesterday, the delivery man brought it right to my house, and today I carried it to school for the very first time. Right now, it's sitting under my desk, and I keep sneaking, look, she spelled it wrong, then she spelled it right. I keep sneaking down there to see it closer, but my teacher just said to please stop doing that. Only guess what? He's not even watching me right now, so I think I will sneak down there one more time, and that will be it. Possibly. I wish myself good luck. From Junie B., first grader. I put down my pencil and I looked all around. Room 1 was still writing in their journals. I smiled very sneaky, and then I bent over in my chair real slow, and I reached way down and I lifted up the lid of my brand new shiny lunchbox, hollered out May. Junie Jones just opened her lunchbox again, Mr. Scary, and you told her not to do that anymore, remember? May is the tattletale girl who sits next to me. I do not actually care for her. My heart pounded very hard, and I bent over even more, and I hid my head so my teacher couldn't see me. Only I didn't do a good job of hiding, I guess, because just then I heard Mr. Scary's shoes walking towards me, and he says, Junie B., why is your lunchbox open again? Asked Mr. Scary. Didn't I just speak to you about this a few minutes ago? I kept my head down and I looked at the floor. And then one of Mr. Scary's shoes started tapping at me. Tappy shoes are not happy shoes, I think. Junie B., said Mr. Scary again, do you have a good reason for opening your lunchbox again? I quick closed my eyes and I tried to think of a good reason, and Mr. Scary's shoe tapped louder. And I opened my eyes and I peeked at it, and then bingo! All of a sudden, a miracle happened. One of my eyes saw my napkin in the corner of my lunchbox. And a bright idea popped right into my head. I quickly grabbed the napkin, and I started shining Mr. Scary's shoes. Look, Mr. Scary, look! Here. Oh my God, she's such a goof. Here's my good reason. See me, huh? I'm shining your shoes with my napkin. See? And I shined and I shined. This is the smartest reason I ever came up with, I said, very proud. I smiled up at him and I said, would you like some spit on the napkin? I asked real nice. A little spit makes shoes look extra gleamy. Mr. Scary quick pulled his shoe away. No, Junie B., no spit, please. Just sit up. I sat up. Mr. Scary just stared and and stared at me, and I wiggled in my seat, very uncomfortable, because staring teachers make me squirmy, of course. And finally, Mr. Scary talked again. I want you to stay out of your lunchbox, Junie B. He said, we have a rule in room 1. Lunchboxes are to be opened only in the cafeteria. Oh, I did a sad sigh. Yes, I said, I know the rule, Mr. Scary. But I waited a really long time to get this lunchbox, and yesterday it finally came to my house, and so today is my first day of not carrying a plain brown sack to school. And so every time I look at that new lunchbox, I feel really happy inside. I picked it up to show him. See how cute it is, I said. My mother ordered it from a nature store. It has pictures of baby birds on it. See all of them? I pointed. This one's my favorite, I said. It's called an owlet. Owlet is the name for a baby owl. My grandpa Frank Miller told me that. I pointed at a different bird. That one is an eaglet, I said. An eaglet is a baby eagle. And then after that, I held my lunchbox way high in the air so all of room 1 could see it. See all the birdlets, children? There are owlets and eaglets and ducklets and chicklets, I explained. I put my lunchbox on my desk and I took out the thermos. And see this thermos, people? This thermos has pictures of bird nests on it. Isn't that cute? May made a face. Ick, she said. Who wants to drink out of a stinky pooey bird's nest? I made a face at her. I do, that's who, May, I said. I love drinking out of a stinky pooey bird's nest. Well, May reached into her desk and she pulled out a lunch ticket. Well, I buy my lunch, Junie B. Junie Jones, she said. Bought lunches are much better than brought lunches. I'm so sorry. Brought lunches don't sit around all morning and get soggy. I crossed my arms at that girl. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard of, May, I said right back. Brought lunches are way better than bought lunches, 'cause brought lunches are made special by our very own mothers. Mr. Scary did a frown. Okay, girls. That's enough. But May kept on arguing with me. For your information, Junie Jones, mothers are not professional lunch makers. She said mothers are just plain old normal people. I stamped my foot at her because that was my final straw. Do not call my mother normal, May, I hollered. No one in my whole entire family is normal. Oh my gosh. So there. And May started to laugh. And then some of the older children laughed too. I do not know why. And finally Mr. Scary snapped his fingers at them and I put my lunchbox back on the floor. It was not my best morning. Okay, that's the end of chapter 1. I'm going to put the bookmark in it. We'll come back to it next week. Bye.